The Elder Scrolls has a rich and deep lore behind it. Hello, my name is CaptainShack, and in this second episode of History and Lore, we are diving into the beginning timeline of the Elder Scrolls, and the world that we, the players, explore. Keep in mind that this information is found in the game world of the Elder Scrolls, written by people with their own agendas and ideals, with some reports downright conflicting. I've done my best to compile the most widely accepted facts. Welcome to the History and Lore of the Elder Scrolls. The Dawn Era. Here's the birth of time itself. Most scholars and religions agree to a single common series of events that led up to the start of recorded history. It is a period of time that predates history. It is a time of the creation of the universe, prior to the advent of mortals in the land of Tamriel. The creation of the universe began with the chaos of what most books call the pre-universe. From this nothingness, the twin forces of order and chaos, in the form of Anu and Sithis, came to be. After this, other beings began to form from the void. First of these was Akatosh, who brought with him the concept of time into existence. With the genesis of time, other Itata, or original spirits, were able to take shape and form their own identities, making each unique from each other. These original spirits were perceived and revered by mortals as gods and demons. The constant struggle between Anu and Sithis had created a number of planes of existence for the Itata to inhabit. Not all the Itata were happy though. One, called Lorcan, approached the others with a plan to create their own plane. He proposed the creation of the mortal plane, Mundus, and it being populated with beings of the Itata's creation. Lorcan must have been very convincing because a number of his peers joined him. These beings are collectively referred to as the Aedra, while the rest of the Itata are the Daedra. The Aedra in Almiri means our ancestors. The Daedra means not our ancestors. Keep in mind that during this time, these names mean nothing, and were applied later by the Mir being the name of the elven race, like using the word man to refer to humans. These Aedra began to form the mortal plane, but soon realized they had been tricked. Although Anu and Sithis were infinite, the Itata are not. They then realized they were giving up a part of themselves to form this new world, something Lorcan, according to Mir tradition, was fully aware of. Many of the gods departed the mortal plane before it was complete. Chief among them was Mangus, the architect of Lorcan's plan, who fled Mundus to return to Theris. His departure opens a hole in the barrier between planes, allowing magic to flood into Mundus. Not all of the gods choose to leave, however. Some of the 8 divines bound themselves to the new plane, but returned to their own planes in the end. These became the gods of many of the new inhabitants of the world, and can be seen as planets in the night sky. One group of these beings fully surrendered their divinity and formed the Elen Fae. This now mortal race began to procreate in the physical sense and eventually diverged into the mortal races of the mythic era. The remaining divines, before leaving Mirren to the mortals, created the Adamantium Tower and convened there to decide Lorcan's fate. At the end of the Dawn Age, Lorcan was permanently bound to his creation when his heart was ripped from his body and cast down to Tamriel. There it would form Vardenfell, the Red Mountain volcano, and remained dormant for thousands of years. The remaining gods then left Mirren, allowing time to stabilize and flow linearly. This marked the start of recorded elven history and the beginning of the Merithic era. Now Nirn, I've mentioned a couple of times, is the planet with its notable continent Tamriel, in which all the Elder Scrolls take place. 2 moons, Secunda and Messer, orbit Nirn, which you can see in the night sky in the last 3 Elder Scrolls games. Tyrael has many names. In Almiris, it's called Dawn's Beauty. In Elenfox, it's called Starry Heart. And in the dragon language, it's Tazokan, my personal favorite. In terms of size, Tamriel is 12 million square kilometers and is divided into 9 provinces. These 9 provinces are home to many races of the Elder Scrolls series, from the mighty Nords of the cold north to the agile Khajiit in the jungle-filled southern province of Elsewhere. In the next episode, we look at each continent and the races that inhabit them. If you enjoyed this episode of History and Lore, hit that like button, subscribe here on TGN for more gaming goodness, or head on over to my channel, TheXPGamers, where we support the modding community. Check us out, we've got mods for all kinds of games, going back years and years and years, and some modern day ones. Thanks for watching, and I will see you guys next time.